I gave up on everything that I loved and followed the wrong path. And here is what happened and where the journey took me. But before I continue with this story and tell you all about the consequences of leaving what you love to follow the wrong path, I want to introduce myself for those who know me and don't know me yet. My name is Trisha and I'm your #1 favorite YouTuber on the internet, on the planet, on the world. And if not yet, that's fine. Still, you can subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you feel like. This story today is I wanted to share this with you because I thought about it last time and I was like, yep, I want to share this with my community. I want to share this with my guys out there, with my peeps, with my fam, with my crew, with my G. Okay, I need to stop. So I left everything behind that I loved and followed the quote-unquote wrong path. So let me take you all the way back and explain to you what I mean exactly. So before I started doing what I do, before I started being on YouTube, creating these videos, having an amazing community as you, I used to work at a school with teenies, and I'm being full-blown honest with you. I loved it to the core. I always knew I wanted to work with kids. I always knew I wanted to do something, social. As I was growing up, my parents actually didn't allow me to do that because, they were like, it's not such a good job. It's not like elite education kind of, or whatever, those elite jobs, if you're like a lawyer or a banker, and that's what they actually wanted me to do. So I started a profession, becoming like an accountant, banker, whatever. And I hated it. I hated it to the core. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. So I, broke myself free. That's another story. And went to chase my dreams, went and do what it is that I wanted to do. And that was working with kids, working at a school, working with children. A few years forward, I totally did that. I totally love that. But I noticed that actually I had a different desire. I had a different underlying dream inside of me. I had this dream of living a different lifestyle, being someone totally different. And one thing or an issue that I always had is I could never have a boss above me, working for someone always seemed so stupid. I always knew that I wanted to live a certain lifestyle. I wanted to experience a certain life. But with time that I, worked myself up all the way to living that dream, that job that I loved and everything that I wanted to do, I started being hit by reality that, well, it is nice, but it's not gonna bring me the ultimate fulfillment. It's not gonna bring me the fulfillment of living that life or that lifestyle that I desire to live and that I always dreamt to live and kind of felt I was supposed to live. What I like to say now today is that actually I did what I loved. I had my dream job, but as you can hear, it's a dream job. A dream job in the matrix, a dream job in society's construct. I made it in society's construct. I fulfilled that dream. but it was not my heart's desire dream. It was not that what the universe or God has planted inside my heart for me. It was a dream that has been made up to, fit into society, to fit into the norm. Because when you grow up, everyone asks you, what do you want to become? What do you want to do? What is your dream job? And I always had that kind of dream that I wanted to be and that I wanted to do, but it was nothing that I could explain. It was more of a feeling. It was not a definite position where I'd be like, okay, I wanted to be whatever, fireman or whatever. It's a feeling that I wanted to experience, and that feeling was not a profession. So I could never pinpoint what kind of profession it is, but I know how it should look like, I know how it should feel. And if you're familiar with human design, I'm a non-specific generator, and with non-specific means that I cannot specify the stuff like, okay, it has to have 3 balconies, 2 doors, whatever. It's the feeling that I get. It's the feeling that I seek after. It's the feeling that helps me manifest and bring that into life. So it was always hard to explain people, but for me to have an answer for the matrix, for me to have an answer for society, that was becoming a teacher. And I can stand here every day at no matter what time, no matter what given point or place, I loved it to the core. I think back at it and I love the work with the children. I loved going there every day. I loved it. But now came the breaking point where it was starting to have a cap that I could not break out. I could not break that cap because it was not meant to stay for long. I fulfilled my society dream, but not my heart's desire dream. Not that what God, the life that God planted inside of me, the life that the universe planted inside of me, that was not it. Things just started coming up. Things started to crumble and shift. And when you are led to go out and stop that what you're doing, the universe is so powerful. The universe has powerful ways to make you make that shift. When you be like, okay, I'm just gonna do 1 more year, I'm just gonna, maybe next year, maybe this year, and all of a sudden the universe is like, you know what, you didn't want to do it by yourself, I'm fed up with you, I'm going to do it for you, okay? And whoosh, bam, everything just starts crumbling down, and the craziest things start happening where you're like, but it's not even true, but how did this happen? It's, all this kind of stuff. So that's when I went and started something else and started doing this, which is a part of where my heart's desire is going, where that what the universe, God planted into me is the right direction for me to go now. And I'm very grateful for that other chapter. I'm very grateful for all the lessons that I've learned, that I've took, and experiences that I could have made, because the children I got to work with were absolutely amazing. They are amazing, and they taught me a lot of things, and I hope that I could also give them stuff on the way. So what I want to share with you in this video today is that sometimes you can be doing something and really doing something that you love, but it's not your essence. It's not that what you are supposed to or meant to be doing in your life. And sometimes we can be blindsided by society telling us that life has to look a certain way, giving us this predicted professions, giving us this things in a box, and we can really feel good in that box. We can feel love inside that box, but only because we feel love inside that box and feel good inside that box doesn't mean that that box is our box. It doesn't mean that there is where we're supposed to be and we need to live in there forever. And I think that is even harder, or the point where it makes it harder for you to, stand up to yourself and be honest with yourself and be like, well, actually, I did have another dream. I did have something else that I wanted to do, and then stand up and follow that dream. So it's not bad if you are having a job and something else that you love. You don't have to hate your job, but you should never betray that what is inside of you, especially if the universe, if God is calling you to go for that. Go for it, because deep down inside you know exactly what it is that you want. You know exactly that it pulls you out there. And we often tend to try and be like, okay, that's how I did, I'm just gonna stay one more year, and then another more year. And in the end, thank God, the universe broke it up for me before it turned out to be something that was bitter and something that I would go on to resent. But at the same time, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go and how to fulfill that, because that what I wanted, as I already mentioned, was not a specific profession. It was a feeling, and that feeling could not be pinpoint. I could not pinpoint where that feeling belongs to. I mean, we are so used to having to have a label on it, like this is this or this is that. And just a quick story, funny thing is, as soon as I made this decision to leave that what I loved, to leave that what was safe, to leave that what I knew in my heart was a part of me, but couldn't be a part of me any longer, I broke it off. And that very moment, I received a different opportunity. Another door opened for me, because I let go and I closed shut of that door, and another door opened for me. And that door that opened for me led me to where I am now today. And other doors open, and other doors open, and other doors open. And all these doors that have opened because I shut one door. The door that I was like, wow, but it's so good. It's very nice, but it was not my door forever. So by closing just one door in your life, you can possibly open so many other doors. Just one door opens 5 other ones. It's not one door after another. You don't know how many doors can open, but that first door can only open when you close the other one. That's why I want to leave you with this. I want you to sit down and just try and go back to your childhood and ask yourself, what is it that I actually always wanted to do, always wanted to become? Deep down in my heart. Think back of that feeling it gave you. Think back of that lifestyle you wanted to live. And if you find something there, write it down and ask yourself, what are the steps that I should take to reach that? And believe me, oftentimes your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is linked to your superconscious mind, to your divine mind, to the universe's mind, it will give you the answer straight away. So sometimes you don't have to be in pain and hate what you're doing to be in the wrong box. Sometimes you even love it. But that is the moment where you need to watch out that it doesn't trap you. And then one day you wake up and be like, shoot, I hated this actually. Or feel so much resentment or regret. So that is all that I have for today. I hope this story helped you further. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, share it with as many people as you know, because the energy you give out is the energy you get back in. And I love you so much, and I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Mwah.